Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Let's kick it off. Here we go. All right, guys, give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen.
Yes.
Good deal. All right, here we go. So let's start off with number 1. I'm going to say the affirmation and then you guys repeat after me. Cool?
Oh, yes.
Here we go. Number 1, I am a powerful solar professional.
I am a powerful solar professional.
I do business morally and ethically.
I do business morally and ethically.
I am successful, intelligent, and confident.
I am
Successful, intelligent, and confident.
I do not depend on luck or unrealistic possibilities.
I do not depend on luck or unrealistic possibilities.
I am making a positive impact in the world and the lives of others.
I
I
am
am making a positive impact in the world and the lives of others.
I radiate with confidence and people feel that.
I
I
radiate
radiate with confidence and people feel that.
I am building a renewable energy empire.
I am building a renewable energy empire.
Therefore, money comes easily and infrequently and increasing quantities.
Therefore,
money comes easily and frequently and in increasing quantities.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, all right.
Let's go.
I appreciate that. Hey, listen, again, I say this all the time. You should be repeating those affirmations to yourself on a daily basis. Read them out loud. Feel the feelings. Get excited about it. That's one of the ways that we attract the things that we want into our lives. So here, I want to share my screen. I want to show you guys something. So a lot of you guys may not know, but teamfreedomtraining.com. If I go here, and the reason why I'm bringing this up today specifically is because the list of scripts is on here. So teamfreedomtraining.com, also known as solarheroestraining.com. That's the old name, but teamfreedomtraining.com. If you go here, okay. And matter of fact, let's see here. This is the login page. You go here, you can log on and join the academy for free. Okay. So here's some of the mentors on the team, but check this out. If I go to member login and I create, once I create an account, by the way, mute yourself, Louis, mute yourself. So let's say, for example, Jessica, make sure you mute everybody, please. So let's say, for example, you create an account and you log in. Okay, a lot of you guys don't know this. This is what I send every single one of my new people to this meeting, right? To this training. So you want the calendar here under corporate calendar. Thank you, brother. We've got it all. Okay. The list of mentors is on here as well. We've got the list of mentors here. And then novice training. This is where I get all my new people started. I go to novice training in module 1. Okay. So when I go to module 1, right up here, you've got the scripts. You guys see that? Here's scripts. It says here to copy and paste a link, because if you click on the link directly, it won't go anywhere. Okay. By the way, I need somebody's off of mute. Please go ahead. Check who's off of mute and mute them, please. So you want to go ahead and copy this link and go to the scripts. That takes you, well, before I go there, you got the fast start training here, how to approach your warm market, solar crash course, scripts. We did a training on scripts. It's already on there, right? How to enter a lead. All of this is new stuff that a new person should go through, right? This is how I got to mentor in 11 weeks, visiting new homeowners. I didn't do traditional door knocking. I visit new homeowners, right? How to get your first 10 utility bills by Charles Thompson, etc. So here's what's happening. When you click on this link here, it's all already here. Okay, so we've got the scripts on this Google Docs form. Okay, so I'm gonna get into some of the scripts, and here's the deal. I want you guys that I text, and any mentor on here, I want you to be prepared to tell me what your favorite script is, whether it's a script for recruiting, whether it's a script for getting a utility bill. If you guys have an elevator pitch, who has a good elevator pitch? I want to hear it. And I want you guys that are on here, let's be proactive. I want you guys to start thinking of the objections, whether they're objections for recruits, for sales, for whatever. Think of the objections, because we're going to go ahead and handle those objections. But for example, when we come to this one here, with the homeowner to get the utility bill, this is one that works for me. It works for a lot of people that I train, and it works phenomenal, right? So I'm going to just, read this. So like, And I already showed you guys how to get this link. By the way, I'm going to put this link in the chat right now. Okay. So, hey, Mike. So obviously I do some small talk and then I get into it, right? Then I say, hey, well, listen, Mike, it's good to hear that you're having a good new year. The reason why I'm calling you, bro, is because I actually just got started in the solar career for 2023, right? Make it your own, right? I'm kind of, paraphrasing here a little bit, right? For 2023, I was looking for a new career. I got started in the solar industry. I'm super excited about this, and this is what I'm going to be. And I'm currently finishing up my certification course, and I need to design 4 more solar savings reports and present them. Could you help me with this? Okay. Now, you don't have to buy anything, Mike. Okay, just let me present it to you. If you allow me to present it to you, my company will actually give you a 3-night and 4-day stay in Vegas. No timeshare presentation. You just pay the taxes. Okay. Think about this. For those of you guys that don't know, how many of you guys type on the chat if you don't know how to give somebody the free Vegas trip? Because I've covered this a lot of times. Okay. But by doing this, now, here's a side note. One of the things that I say is this. One of the things that I say is, look, bro, I don't care if you buy or not. Just let me present it to you. You get the trip to Vegas and I get a bonus for you completing the next 4, right? Because I got to get 10. So it's a win-win. You get the trip to Vegas, you get me closer to completing my 10 presentations, and it's a win-win. You get the trip to Vegas and I get the bonus. Okay. Now, I know let's see, let me check the chat here. Okay. Patrick says he doesn't know. If you go to this website, smartsolarrep.com, Smart Solar, somebody type it in the chat, please. Smartsolarrep.com. It is a company that gives you unlimited trips to Vegas. There's Orlando trips. There's Cancun trips. There's like 20 different locations. It's free. So the membership costs $37 a month, or you could get like 2 months free if you pay for it upfront for the year. I've been using this for years. Then I stopped using it for a while, and Javier and I forgot who the other guy was, got me started with it again, and I've been using it since. I've closed deals. It helps you schedule appointments, or if I'm doing a presentation, the other day I closed a deal because I offered them the Vegas trip, and that got the deal closed, right? So this is part of that script, okay? So anyways, just want to make sure that we share that with you. So before we go on more of these scripts, here's what I want to do. I want to hear from the mentors, especially those of you guys that I text, but frankly, any mentor on here. I want to know what your best script is and tell me, hey, listen, this is a script that I use for door knocking or for elevator pitch or for getting the utility bill or for recruiting, okay? I want you guys to share with me your best script. So who wants to go first? Not all at the same time. Let me put the volume up because I'm sure somebody's talking, but I don't hear them. Hold on.
I'll go, JC.
Hey, JC,
Right.
I put my hand up.
All right, go.
Go ahead, Victor.
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
Okay. All right, good. Let me put my hand down. Cool. All right. So I haven't done a lot of recruiting, but I've done a lot of door knocking. So when I go up and knock on the door, I truly believe your body language speaks louder than what you say because people are checking you out through the windows, through the peepholes and all that. So I knock on the door, I back off just a little bit, give them some space, feel comfortable when they come to the door. First thing I ask them, hey, sir, how you doing? My name's Vic. I'm just in the neighborhood talking to everybody. Are you the homeowner? Of course, they say yes. Great, real quick, and then I'll be out of your hair. I don't know if you noticed your rates have raised on your utility bills, and they got planned to raise it a couple more times this year. Have you had a solar acquisition? Most people don't even know what acquisition means, right? They say no. But since I said solar, they might say, oh, I already looked at that. So I'm going to split it. Let's say they say no. If they say no, say, great, this doesn't hold you to anything. It only takes a few minutes. Run your numbers and see if it works for you. Do you have a utility bill? Not today, but do you have a utility bill I can get from you? That's it. I just come right out and straight and ask. I don't fluff it or anything like that. Now, here's when they say, well, I'm not interested. Hey, I totally understand. And Jim Keefe, your friend 2 blocks over on First Street, said the same thing. But he went and did the acquisition anyways, and he realized his house was perfect for solar. And I've been doing this a long time. Your house looks like it lays in the same direction as his. This could be a win-win, but no obligation. Why don't we run your numbers anyways? Why don't you go ahead and get your utility bill? And if they say no again, and then that's probably where I end it there. So.
That's good. And here's the deal. Victor has been door knocking for years, right? And it works. So let me ask you this, Victor. When you go out there and door knock, what are your ratios approximately, right? For you to get a bill, let's say, for you to get a bill, how many people do you have to talk to before you get that bill?
I get a bill 1 out of 5 qualified people. So if a kid answers the door, I don't count that.
Yes.
But someone
yes.
has to answer the door. If I talk to 5 homeowners, I get 1 bill. Hands
Nice.
down. I get
Wow.
3 bills during the day. I sell 1.
Damn. Think
Yeah.
about that. If you're able to get 3 bills during the day and sell 1, you could write your own check. How much money do you want to make? It just depends on how much effort you're willing to put out there. Now, what if, Victor, you went out there and you duplicated yourself? You went out there, you recruited some folks, whether it's through ads, through networking groups. A lot of realtors are looking for an alternative, right?
Mhm.
And here's the deal. You're going to recruit 5 people and only maybe one of them is going to be as serious as you are. Maybe out of 10,
Right.
you're going to get 1 or 2 that are as serious as you are. But some will still do something, right? So anyways, I think that's very, very telling. That's awesome. That's exciting. All right, Ramsey, you also had a pitch that you wanted to share with us. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so mine is more when I do more people knocking. So whether I'm in a supermarket, whether I'm in a mall or I'm at one of my shows and I'm just in between the crowd, I just ask people, I say, guys, how are you hedging against inflation? Because the Federal Reserve has bumped up, the interest rates. And I'm not sure if you guys are aware of it. It's going to keep going up. Are you guys locking in your electric rates? Because I work in solar, as you may or may not know. And what I do is I do energy audits for homeowners to see if it even makes sense. But have you guys even looked into it? And I kind of make it seem like a no-brainer, like, hey, it's a free way to look into something that can only save you money. It's going to give you back ownership. And usually when I lead with that and I bring in the inflation and how they're wasting their money right now, they usually are open-minded to that. And they'll give me a bill.
Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year.
What's that? Sorry, Ramsey.
No worries.
Go ahead. Continue, brother. Sorry, I think I interrupted you a little bit.
No, that was
I'm
it.
gonna-
So basically, I lead with how are they hedging against inflation, and if I could show them
Right.
another way to hedge against inflation, would that be something that way they would be willing to look at? And then I just talk to them a little bit about how I just need their electric bill, and with that, I can see if I can save them money right away from day one, and that's worked out pretty well for me.
Wow. I love it. And you say that you do this out and about. You could be at the grocery store, you could be wherever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, as far as getting the utility bill, where are some places that you guys have gone prospecting besides door knocking that you guys have gone to go and get utility bills? Because here's the deal. At the end of the day, we got to talk to people. We got to get more bills. The way that I run my business and I track the numbers. At the end of the day, how can I get more utility bills? What is the highest paid skill? What is one of the highest paid skills in this business? Getting utility bills, setting appointments, closing sales, and recruiting people to do likewise. If I want to put it in a nutshell, that's what it is, right? I sell, recruit, train, follow up. Sell, recruit, train, follow up. Sell, recruit, train, follow up. So, but as far as, getting utility bills, what are some ways, Ramsey, that you have gone besides door knocking and, let's say at the grocery store, have you posted up like at a farmer's market or at a gym or anything like that?
Sure. I was at my local gym, my Crunch, and I bought the business membership and I would post up there. And even if you don't have one of those business memberships, when I'm in the sauna, I talk to people. I get bills that way. If I'm in the pool or if I'm working out and it's appropriate, you always just pick your shots, but there's endless shots anywhere that there's people, because even if that person's not a homeowner, they know someone who may be, and you can always help them with that $1,000 ambassador fee. So there's always a way and an angle to go about it, how you can provide value to someone.
Okay, good. Thank you, bro. Any other one of the mentors want to share their pitch, a pitch that works for them?
I could share mine, JC.
Let's do it, Anthony.
So mine since the beginning until this day for 2.5 years has been an indirect approach. I just took JC's training and I just share the ambassador program with everyone. I mean, everyone that I meet. Every conversation just turns into solar. And I pretty much just ask them if they know anybody that might be interested in solar. I'm in the solar industry. I'm very excited. If so, I'd be happy to give them $1,000 per referral. it seems simple and easy to do,
Yeah.
but that's what's worked for me for 2.5 years. And I gotta tell you guys, it's I don't door knock, I never done it, but that approach with the ambassador program has got me so many leads where people are contacting me. And all I do then is just do in the beginning when I was new, I wasn't a mentor yet, I would do a discovery text, right? And now I do discovery calls. Pretty much it's name, phone number, email, home address, age of the roof, type of the roof, HOA. That's it. That's all I've done for 2.5 years, and I still do it.
That's awesome. Not only that, one thing about you, Anthony, is that you also represent yourself as a really good solar professional on social media. And I think one of the things that's overlooked a lot by most people is that your presence on social media makes a big difference. My presence is more of an entrepreneur presence that does solar, but that's my angle because I want to recruit a lot of entrepreneurs from different worlds. So I appeal to network marketers, especially, and to realtors. Those are like two groups that I recruit a lot from. And I personally like those two better than I like solar pros, because solar pros come with preconceived notions of how Powur is going to be, and they're going to compare Powur to their old company. Real estate pros and network marketing pros have no idea what it's supposed to look like. They just know the money's good enough, you're doing it, and you got people doing it, show me how to do it, right? So it doesn't matter what the process is. So anyways, I'm kind of going a little bit of a different subject, but it's in the same realm of what you attract. So when you look at Anthony's profile, and I recommend all of you guys follow each other, everybody, you got to be a community of supporters. We even have a Instagram group, okay, with like 250 people that we all share our posts, and then we all like and comment it, by the way. That gives you credibility. When you post a picture of an install, even if it's somebody else's install, another person goes solar with us, you're not saying that it was you. You could see one of Anthony's installs, send him a message, do you mind if I share this on my profile? I guarantee he's going to say yes, right? And then guess what? Let's say you share it, and then we all go and comment and say, wow, that looks beautiful. Oh, that's awesome. And then you get 10 times more likes and 10 times more comments. The algorithm is going to pick it up. And then in addition to that, guess what's going to happen? You're going to look like you've got credibility. You're going to look like you're popular. And people are attracted to that. You're going to look like an authority. So Anthony on social media, there's no doubt that he's a solar pro. There's no doubt that he's with Powur. And he's also a family man, right? People like that stuff. That guy's a likable guy. That's why he gets so much business. People want to give him his business. So anyways, that's awesome, bro. Thank you for sharing. I'm gonna share with, yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask Anthony a question real quick?
Yes, of course.
Anthony, when you do a discovery call or text, is that with the person that you gave the ambassador program to, or is that a name they gave you after they gave you a referral?
It's just with the client. So let's say my ambassador gave me the lead. I just I'll keep it simple. I pretty much tell all my ambassadors, especially realtors and lenders, because they don't want some of them don't want to do a lot of work. So I just say, look, just connect. Let's sign you up as an ambassador. Just connect me with your client on a 3-way text. I'll introduce myself there and I'll take it separately. And then I do the discovery call. I used to do a text, but now I'll call with that client only separately, unless I onboarded the realtor, the lender, the /consultant, right? And they want to learn the process. Then I could do the discovery call with them, or I also do the designing and all that presentation. It just depends if they're a consultant that wants to learn, or maybe they just want to hand off the one lead to you. That's what I do.
Okay,
the reason I used to do a text when I first started my first 6 months in Powur is because when I did my first discovery call my first month, I had so many questions from the client, and I was saying a lot of I'll get back to you. So I just started doing a discovery text. I connected them with the mentor, simple handoff, edify the mentor like JC Rangel. And then from there, they did everything. And I just would explain the reason I invited my project manager, my mentor, whatever you want to call it, is we've been working on your project together for the past few days. I just want to make sure it's designed properly. And if you have any questions, my mentor could help you out.
Okay.
So just edify and give them a lot of credibility. And the client will now respect the mentor and respect you because they know you.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things about that Anthony is saying. He learned from network marketing, right? So did I. It's a triangle. So it's you, your expert, and the prospect. This comes from network marketing. This is classic. More than 30 years ago, this was taught. You, the expert, the prospect. Between you and the prospect, especially if it's your warm market, there's trust, but there's not respect, especially if you're new to the industry. Think about it. If you're new to the industry and your buddy from high school, you just told them that you're new to the industry, which will lead me to go into my new person script and what I call to say word for word when I was new to get bills, right? But check this out. Between me and my buddy from high school, let's say Robert, and I say to Robert, I just started in the solar industry, I'm finishing my certification course. There may be a little bit of trust there, but he doesn't respect me as a solar pro. So therefore, what I do is I edify my expert. Edify simply means talking highly about something or someone, right? So now I say, well, listen, the gentleman that I'm working with, right, that's going to design your solar proposal, he is a 6-year veteran, right? He's been with a couple of companies. He's helped a couple hundred clients go solar, and he could answer every single one of your questions to the T. He takes an educational approach, and it's a non-pushy approach. So I'm going to introduce you to him so we could ask you a couple of questions so we make sure that we design a solar proposal for you properly. Now I've edified him. So now what that does is that it builds respect between my prospect and the expert. Does that make sense? Because there's no respect with me. But when I say, Victor Lewis is a 5-year, 6-year veteran, blah, 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 and I say all these nice things about him, the guy's like, okay, good. I'm glad I'm going to be talking to somebody who knows what he's talking about, because as much as I like JC doesn't know crap about solar. He just got started. He just admitted to me, but I'm glad. Does that make sense? Same thing with recruiting. So let's say, for example, I'm recruiting Victor Lewis. And again, maybe we're co-workers. He knows that we make the same amount of money, but I don't make it about me. It's not a me. Write this down. It's not a me thing. It's a we thing. It's not a me thing. It's a we thing. So I don't make it about me in recruiting. This is a part of the script, guys. This is 3-way calls. This is, this is a training on 3-way calls or a Zoom, 3-way Zoom, right? Back in the days, there was no Zoom. It was 3-way calls. We just slammed 3-way calls. So what I do is this, listen, bro, I just got started working in the solar industry. I'm super excited about this. And the gentleman that I'm working with last year, he went from being a soccer coach to over $150,000 working part-time from home, bro. From a soccer coach to $150,000 in the solar industry from home, bro. Okay. So anyways, this guy, he loves to help people. He knows, he'll be able to answer all of your questions. Trust me. Let me introduce you to Mr. Bonilla. I don't even mention Anthony Bonilla. I say Mr. Bonilla for additional edification. Does that make sense? So now this dude is intrigued, like, damn, I want to hear from a dude that went from being a soccer coach to making $150,000 from home part-time in the solar industry. That sounds like the guy that I want to hear from, right? So I make him seem like he can walk on water and glow in the dark. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Now this dude is like, show me. So then I go out there and I introduce you, right? I put you on the phone, Mr. Bonilla. He tells you a little bit about his story. Usually we do this in recruiting after you watch a presentation. So maybe the today 5 o'clock presentation, maybe it's a video presentation. Last week I recruited 3 people. 3 people last week. I'm going to recruit 2 more people this week, right? Because I use the tools to do the heavy lifting for me. And then what will happen is, let's say I'm new. I get you to watch the video. You've got some questions. I do a 3-way call through this triangle. By the way, this is all in the recruiting mastery training in the Team Freedom Academy, teamfreedomtraining.net. It's all there. And you can see the visuals. Okay. So trust me when I tell you, man, this year, I looked at the numbers the last day of the year. I beat the number 2 mentor by 11 sales. Unless a dude did 12 sales on the last day of the month, I should hit number 1 mentor for, God willing, for the year. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm not going to go for number 1 mentor again. My focus this year is developing leaders, building a team, recruiting, training, not really sales. I'm going to stick to my passive income. I'm going to do a little bit of sales. If I wanted to be the number 1 mentor, I would go for it. I think I would hit it. You never know, right? I think I would. That's not my focus this year. I did it 2 years in a row. I'm happy with that. Now it's time to go out there and get other people. By the way, David Perez and Luis Perez are in the top 5 mentors for the company. They're 2 personally recruited people by me. The only reason why I say that, ladies and gentlemen, is because I do have credibility on team building. I've been doing this for 20 years, right? So, what I'm telling you is stuff that works. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to share a script that I used to start off my career here. I call this the soft approach with your warm market. Everybody should make a 100-person list and call that list. Don't make calls, fire out phone calls. Block out the time, practice the script ahead of time. You should say the script 50 times till it's committed to memory. By the way, The Science of Getting Rich talks about committed to memory a lot. Incredible book if you haven't read it yet. I'm going to start doing some personal mentor sessions with 10 people that are serious. Like where we're going to go on, what are your goals and accountability? And I'm going to kick you off the group if you're not being accountable, right? But we're going to go dissect. What do we got to do? What's missing in your business? What's missing in you? That's why I'm not going to focus a lot on sales. It's about now helping other people get there. So anyways, here's a script. People that you know. Here's what I did. I give them a call. I say, small talk, blah, blah, blah. Then I get into it. Then I say, hey, listen, Anthony, the reason why I'm calling you, bro, is I actually just got started in the solar industry. Then I hit him with 2 bullet points. I'm very excited about this, and this is what I'm going to be doing for the next 15 to 20 years. Anyways, man, I just want to let you know, in case you know of somebody who either 2 bullet points again, has questions about solar, or anybody that may be interested in going solar, I'd appreciate if you'd keep me in mind. See, I broke it down for you. Now I'm not going to break it down. Now I'm going to just go through it, right? So let's say I give Louis a call. I say, Louis, how's it going, bro? Small talk, blah, blah, blah. Great. Awesome, bro. Listen, again, Happy New Year, man. But the reason why I'm calling you, bro, is because I actually just got started in the solar industry. And dude, I'm super excited about this, man. And this is what I'm going to be doing for the next 15 to 20 years. Anyways, just want to let you know, in case you know of anybody who, either has questions about solar or anybody that may be interested in going solar, I'd appreciate if you'd keep me in mind, bro. And then here's what I do. I pause. I stop. That training is in the academy, by the way. Over 2 years ago, I recorded this training. It's in the academy. You'll see me in my old office doing this training with one other guy, right? So after I say that, I pause and I look for anything positive that they may say. So let's say they go and say, oh, sounds good, bro. That's cool, man. Congratulations. Or, oh, really? That's interesting. We've been looking into solar. Anything, if they tell you they're looking into solar, they're considering it, then get the bill. But anything positive, check this out. You lead with the ambassador. Check this out. There's a method to the madness. There's people that tell me, I don't want to call my warm market, and they don't have results. You know why you don't have results? Because you're not coachable, because you're trying to reinvent the wheel. Don't reinvent the wheel, man. There's a bunch of people that are saying things. How long does somebody go trying to do it their way, being unsuccessful, wasting time, until they say, you know what, maybe I should just follow suit. Maybe I should just, do me a favor, conecta eso por favor allá. Maybe I should just follow suit. Maybe I should just go out there and do some of the basic things. So anyways, they gave me something positive. Here's what I do when they give me something positive. I say, great. By the way, Victor, my company has a really good ambassador program. It's like an affiliate program. If you ever refer me anybody that goes solar, my company will actually pay you $1,000 for sending that person to me.
Oh, I've been thinking about going solar.
You were thinking about going solar? Awesome, bro. Look, all I need is I just need to see a utility bill. I'll get you over a solar savings report. And by the way, right now they have a promotion where if you just allow us, this is between now and Sunday, okay? It's a New Year promotion. They're kicking off for the year. If you just allow the company, us, to present to you the numbers on the solar savings report, they'll actually give you a trip to Vegas for 3 nights and 4 days. You just pay the taxes like $30. You see, I threw that in there. Now all of a sudden he's already saying, here's all I care about. What I care about is get me in front of qualified people to present to. That's all a good salesperson cares about. How can I get in front of qualified people to present to? The ratios will take care of itself. If you do something long enough, a ratio will appear, right? If you check this out, let me tell you guys something. I'm going to share with you guys some of the most powerful thing you've ever heard, and it's very simple, and it's good old-fashioned Jim Rohn. If you guys want to record right now, something for your social media, I would say it's this. If you do something long enough, a ratio will appear. In baseball, if you go out there and you hit 3 out of 10 balls, you're considered like an all-star. You're considered like a legend. 3 out of 10, that means that you are out. You are out. You failed 7 out of 10 times, make millions of dollars. Hit it 3 out of 10 times, make millions of dollars. In this business, if you go out there and you're able to get 3 out of 10, and you do that consistently and persistently, whether 3 out of 10 for recruits and 3 out of 10 for sales, and you just keep doing that, you can get rich. You can make millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. That means that you fail 7 out of 10 times. So in the beginning, those may not be your ratios. In the beginning, right, those are not your ratios, but as you get better and better and better. But if you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. So when I do this, I know, hey, listen, out of every 10 people, I'm going to close about 7, 6 or 7. If I present to 6, this includes the people that don't qualify credit, right? My numbers are about 70%. If I sit down with a homeowner, I got a 70% chance that I'm walking out with a deal. I know that those are the numbers. It's just, though, these are my ratios. I'm at about 70%, realistically speaking. So I just want them to get in front of me. So anyways, that's the script that I use. I give them a call. It's a very think about the approach. Think about the script. The script, and I'm going to share my screen here. And then I'm going to go to somebody else. The script, I'm not selling you. I'm informing you. I just want to let you know, give you a call to let you know that I got started in the solar industry. I'm very excited about this, what I'm going to be doing for the next 15 years. I'm letting you know in case you know of anybody that has questions about solar or anybody that may be interested in solar. I would appreciate if you keep me in mind. That's it. The reason why I wanted to come up with a simple script like that is because anybody could do it. Even the people say, I don't like to sell. I don't want to call my friends and family members. Dude, you're just informing them that you're in of your new career path. Anybody can do that. Now, look how the numbers line up perfectly. I'm telling you that you should make a list of minimum 100 people. Now, if you make that list of 100 people and you get a hold of 50 and you pitch them, my goal for you is 50 ambassadors within a year. You could get your 50 ambassadors from your 100 to 200 person list. You could do it in a month. Write down what I just said. You can get your 50 ambassadors within a month. You know why a lot of people don't get 50 ambassadors in a month? Because they never even considered it. They never put a plan of action to do that. I got a guy that rents that office right there, Joel Paz. Joel Paz is 2.5 months in the business. He already hit mentor. The guy's got 96 ambassadors. He got them all in 1 month. I don't know how many he's got now. 3 weeks ago, he had 96. I don't know how many he's got now. He got his 96 within a month. 96 ambassadors. He already closed 6 sales from those 96 ambassadors. He's been in 2.5 months total. That's what I'm trying to say, man. That's why you want to get plugged into this, because you want to see what's working for other people. Let me give you another piece of advice. There's people that pay Tony Robbins $10,000 for a boot camp. And for like 5 days, him and his trainers train on this very thing for like 5 days, and they say it in different ways. And it's really simple. Here's what they say. And my network marketing mentors taught me this. They say, find somebody who has done what you want to do and do what they do, and you'll get what they've got. Some people ask me, JC, how'd you get to mentor? I got to mentor in 11 weeks, and step by step of how I got to mentor is in the training academy. I did the new homeowner list. And I called people throughout, I recruited and called homeowners and prospects, warm market throughout the day. And then when it was time to door knock, I did the new homeowner list, the script and the tools, the schedule, the times were all there in the training. It is not a hard concept. You imagine if I see some dude that's got a 6-pack and he's got 6% body fat and you know, he's around my age. And if I ask that dude, can you tell me step by step what you did? And he tells me, and if I follow it to the T, I'm going to get some similar results. Can we agree? Yes. I'm going to turn 40 in February, right? I'm about, 48 days, approximately 47 days away. I'm going to get jacked by 40. I'm going to have more definitions than a dictionary. Okay? Because I'm going to follow somebody else's plan, not my plan. I'm going to just, what is it you're doing? What is it you're taking? Okay, sounds good. I'm going to go ahead and take that. I'm going to work out as hard as you do. And, let's see how far I can get with this, right? And I'm not even going to be able to fit through those walls, through that door right now. No, I'm just kidding. That's an exaggeration. That's not enough time to do that. But you guys get what I'm saying. All right, let's keep it moving.
Hey, JC, real quick.
Go for it.
Hey, well, with that being said, if you got 1 recruit a week, couldn't you go through there, help them get 50 ambassadors to help them get to mentor?
Why do you guys think I got 1,400 people in my organization? Why do you imagine if 1,400 people shoot for 50 ambassadors? Shoot for 50. Doesn't mean they're going to get it. But
Right.
what if my organization has over 3,000 ambassadors? I mean, and yes, my organization has over 3,000 ambassadors. That means that my sales organization is averaging 2 per person.
Okay.
What if I get that 2 to 5?
Right.
I got 15. You think 15,000 ambassadors in any organization is not going to generate sales? Of course it is. That's why the company now, and I don't say this to brag, right? I say this because, I'm proud of it, right? And I want to inspire people, but my overrides are anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000, $9,000 every single week in overrides, right? I don't need to sell solar now. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw gasoline on that fire by developing people and bringing on new people and identifying who are these new people that really want to make it work. Because a lot of people are going to give you lip service. Not everybody shows up to this meeting every single week. And you know why some people don't show up to these trainings every single week? Especially when they either not, if they're making too much money or they're not making enough money. Either reason, they should show up. Sometimes they make money, like, I'm not going to show up to train. I'm already making money. I know how to sell solar already. I got a little team going and blah, blah, blah. And they think that their education stops there. I wouldn't sign up for that class. I would sign up for this class and tomorrow's class, Jonathan's training, and just be consistent with it. All right, let's hear another script. Who else has a script? And then I'm going to get into some recruiting scripts. And then get your questions ready. Your objections. I want you guys to start putting the objections in the chat. Right now is the time to start putting objections that you're getting in the chat. For recruiting objections, for bill objections, etc. Who else has a script that they want to share?
I have one, JC. I have okay, so I have a few door knockers. I don't really door knock much, but I have 3 door knockers that knock under me, and one of them he was struggling. He goes, "Look, I got the customer to open the door. She seems interested, but her neighbor was telling her don't do it. She got screwed over in solar." So I walked my little butt there. We set up an appointment, and I knocked on the door with my mentee, and I got a hold of her and I talked to her. Most people out there, and I'm new to solar. I've been only doing this for about 8 months. I'm killing it. Thank God I quit my job. But the most people in solar that I'm realizing, I sold cars, I sold jewelry, sold everything. Most people are not educated. They just don't have the proper piece of information about solar. Her neighbor got signed up on an 80% offset. They're paying a solar bill and a PG&E bill. Of course I wouldn't want to go solar. Screw that. Why would you? So I sat her down. We educated her. We explained to her that the way solar works is you produce energy, and that energy you sell any excess of it to PG&E. And a light bulb got in her. She goes, "Wow, I did not know that. I thought that's it. It's free energy." So what I'm trying to say is most of these people, not in terms of recruiting or not, this is more sales. Most people in solar that are your average homeowner just don't know how solar works. And if you explain it to them and you educate them, not sell them, if you educate them, they're going to sell themselves. They're going to close the deal themselves. Yep. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I've sold cars, I've sold jewelry. This is hands down the easiest thing I've ever sold in my entire sales career. Yep. And as long as they're educated and you know what you're saying as you're walking in and you educate them right, they're going to close the deal themselves.
True. It's all perspective. It's something funny you're interested. When you come from selling jewelry or selling cars and you sell this, when I got started with Powur, I said, within a year, I'm going to outsell everybody. I'm going to be the #1 mentor in a year, and people criticize me. I said, you guys don't understand. You guys are, I'm used to hunting, let's say, wolves, so to speak, in what I used to sell. I used to hunt wolves. You guys selling solar is like the equivalent of hunting baby rabbits. This is like the Colombians say, pan comido. That means chewed up bread. You don't even have to chew this bread. You just got to swallow this bread. It's easy. It's easy, right? So the perspective that I came in, #1 is I came with the perspective of I'm going to plant my flag. I'm going all in. That's one of my keys to success. #2, my mindset was this is the easiest crap to sell in the world. Other people, though, that maybe don't come from sales or maybe came from, this is their first sales thing or whatever the case may be. And they have the mindset of, because it's one of the easier things to sell, it makes you a little bit soft. Let's face it. It makes you soft. It does make you soft. You ain't got around a bunch of soft men and women that just party and, eat bad food and stuff and never get out of their comfort zone. You're going to become soft as well. So I always want to stay hard. I'm a fan of David Goggins. He always says, stay hard. Do things that make you uncomfortable. When I go to the gym, I get in the cryo machine. It's the first thing I do early in the morning. It's cold as hell. That's very uncomfortable. I don't ever want to be a soft person. I want to be hard. And I teach my sons to be hard. Even the year and a half old Alexander the Great, I teach him to be hard right now, even though you don't understand. He just goes goo goo gaga, right? I say, you got to be hard, son. You're a grown ass man. By 2 years old, you should be starting your own business, right? But here's the point. Same thing with Maximus, right? Maximus already started his own business, chocolate business, okay? See, we're going to go sell chocolates door to door just to teach them to be hard, right? So here's the deal, okay? I appreciate that, Kareem. I think what you shared is some valuable stuff. Thank you. I'm going to share with you guys a little bit of a script that works for me for recruiting. This is cold market. I bought my wife a brand new Suburban, 2023 Suburban. She's going to pick it up today. Taxes. Some of you guys may not know, anything over 6,000 pounds is considered equipment, and you could write off the whole thing. So it's either pay Uncle Sam that money or write it off. So I said, baby, we're going to go get you a new truck. So she's going to drive a big ass Suburban, right? She's going to pick it up in like an hour. But the point is this, I recruited, I was looking at GMC Yukons and Suburbans. And then we ended up going with the Suburban. But the guy, the salesperson at the Yukon dealer, the GMC dealer, he's going to be on the 5 o'clock call, right? So I asked him, how long you been, working here? Oh, I've been here, 2 years. So awesome. You like it? Seems like a pretty good gig. And whenever you compliment what they're doing, they'll tend to bring it down. If you knock on it, they'll tend to defend it. But if you compliment it, they'll tend to knock it down. That's a recruiting pro tip. I come from, I used to sell healthy coffee. I used to recruit people to sell coffee. Okay. So recruiting people to sell solar is easy. It's perspective. So check this out. So you give them something, right? Positive about it. They bring it out. He goes, yeah, man, but it's, honestly, man, if I would find something else that could make me the same kind of money, I'd be open to trying something different. Now I got to in. Then I say, yeah, the thing about the car business, right, is that you guys have long hours, right? I mean, like weekends, like right now, mind you, we bought the car on the 31st, right? We're finalizing the banks, but I told him, you got to make this count for today because I need to get the tax credit for today. If you don't get it for me today, I don't need it. I need it for the tax write-off. So they made it happen that day, right? So anyways, the point is, he goes, yeah, this and that. And I said, I'll tell you what, man, you should look into the solar business, right? There's people in the solar business making a ton of money. Look, let's face it. The world is going renewable energy. Your company is starting, the Hummer is an electric Hummer. We're going in that direction, right? And because of that, there's a lot of money to be made in a business that the whole world is going to need. And solar panels and electric vehicles are the future. The guy says, I agree. So tell you what, put this in your phone. I don't say, can you put this in your phone? I say, put this in your phone. I assume, just like when I prospect somebody, I want to get their phone number. As I tell you what, I'm going to send you some information, Barry. Give me a second. I pull out my phone. Here's what I do. Watch me on the video. I say, pull out my phone. I say, here's what I'm going to do, Barry. I'm going to send you some information. He goes, okay, great. What's your phone number? And I look down at my phone. I don't look at him. I don't break eye contact with my phone. I'm looking at my phone until he starts saying numbers. Then I put the numbers in my phone. Great. And so Barry, what's your last name? Besser. Perfect. Boom, 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 boom. I just got his phone number. Now I can text him. So I told this guy, I already had his number. So I said, put this on your phone. Then I give him the website. Solar, what is a 3-minute video? SolarGoldRushVideo.com. SolarGoldRushVideo.com. That takes you to I told him that's a 3-minute video that will explain the power of where we are in the solar industry, right? Long story short, the guy says, how do I get more information? I want to see a full, overview of what you do. I told him this Monday at 5 o'clock and next Wednesday, for those of you that may not know, Wednesday, but not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, Bobby Smith is going to be here. We're going to have a meeting here. We're going to have the Eventbrite. We already have the Eventbrite for that, right? Yes. Put it in the chat, please. I'm going to put the Eventbrite in the chat. For those of you guys that are going to attend, Bobby Smith is going to be here at our office in the training room on Wednesday. And I get him to go there. Anyways, so I'm going to recruit that guy. Here's the next one. Do you keep your income options open? Do you keep your income options open to side businesses if the money's attractive enough? That could be with anybody. It could be with your waiter. It could be with anybody. Hey, let me ask you something, Chase. Do you keep your income options open to side businesses if the money's attractive enough? If you do, I'll send you some information. And the posture of when you are talking to people makes a big deal. Just like when Kareem mentioned about the person giving them an objection, and we're going to go into objections here shortly. Your posture has a lot to do with it. So let's say he says, oh yeah, my friend told me not to do it because she's paying a utility bill from Edison and from, the solar. I said, oh, I completely understand. Don't even worry about that. The reason why that's happening with her is this. Notice a posture. Oh yeah, that happens to some people. The reason why that happens is this. Don't even worry about it. I'll explain to you the reason why that happens. Then I'll proceed to explain. Let's say, for example, the solar company put two little panels on her house. Let's say she needed a 10 kilowatt system, but they put a 9 kilowatt system. So let's say, for example, she's 10% shy of what she needs. That other 10% she's gonna buy from the utility company. So she's producing 90% through her panels. The other 10% she's buying from the utility company. The reason why some companies do that is because the customer won't know till later, but by that time they already made a sale. It's unfortunate that some companies work like that, but we don't work like that. So what we do is we will read your bill with you. Let's say you need 10,000 kilowatt hours a year. I like to offer you 11,500, 12,000, 15 to 20% above. I explain why that is. What a lot of companies do, they'll give you 9,000 to show you a more attractive price and payment. That's not what I do. So that's probably what happened to her. But I can introduce you to a bunch of customers, happy customers of ours, that is not the case with them at all. And the posture that I'm overcoming the objection with, they are perceiving that confidence as, okay, I'm gonna, at the very least, give this guy an opportunity to educate me and show me what is it that he's talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna go, and by the way, the Eventbrite is already here. It's a free event. You guys wanna make sure you lock in. Okay, Ramesh wrote this objection here. And by the way, there's David, there's Andrew Doe, there's Justin, a couple of you guys. I still want to hear your script. I still want to hear what is your best pitch. Okay, guys. So please send me a message if you want to share. Everything you said is great, makes sense. I am totally positive about solar, but I don't want to do. Oh, okay, so when making a sale, somebody is telling you that. At that point, what you need to do is you need to dig in more. What is it that's stopping you? The questions that we ask when selling will have a lot to do with your success. So sometimes you got to come in here and start asking more questions and identify what is it. Okay, fair enough. What is it about it? Obviously you like it. What is it? What is it that's holding you back right now from making a decision? Sometimes I ask a customer this question, Mr. Customer, what do we have to do right now today to earn your business? What can we do right now today to earn your business? I had a customer with that tell me, I don't know, man. I guess, when I bought my car, they offered me, like a gift card or something and blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, now I know this guy probably wants some money back, right? What is it that we could make it happen today? I had a customer tell David and I, one of the last deals for the year that I closed, he emailed me saying, JC, if you guys include, and we had already negotiated back and forth and he was shopping around and we were making $2,000 each on the deal. And I told David, we're not going lower than this. We'll say no, we're going to stand our ground. The guy says, if you guys, JC, we in an email, I really like you guys. The other company's a little bit cheaper, but we really want to go with you. If you include the electric charger, we'll go with you. And I wrote back, hey, how's it going? I said, happy holidays, Mr. Customer. I don't want to mention his name. I said, but we have come to our best and final offer for you. David and I both have 2 kids and a wife that we have to take care of. And if we give you that electric car charger for the same price, we'd be working for less than minimum wage. Therefore, we cannot go any lower. And if at this point we have not done enough to earn your business, I completely understand and I wish you the best. He writes back an hour later, send me the contract. Because of my posture, right? Your posture has a lot to do with your success. So solargoldrushvideo.com is the one some of you guys are asking. Okay, let's see here. Somebody was asking, I have to discuss with my spouse. That's an easy one. I have to discuss with my spouse. Guess what? You should be presenting to both decision makers from the beginning, right? If not, you're going to run into that a lot. So you want to definitely. Now, another thing I will say to that is this. Well, I'll tell you what, listen, I completely understand and let them know that they could cancel, if he talks to his spouse and then they want to cancel later, they could cancel, but at least they can lock in, this stuff right away, right? So, solar objections, I always get at least 3 quotes No matter what, that's just the way that I am. Okay, fair enough. I had a client that did that already got installed, and he says that he wanted to get more quotes. I said, fair enough. This is where your experience kicks in. I have a guy in my team from Sunrun. He's still with Sunrun. I said, listen, you're familiar with Sunrun, right? Yes. I know one of the main guys in Southern California. I'm going to give you his phone number so he can give you a proposal. I know another guy that owns his own solar company. Okay, independent. He's a friend of mine. We're in the same industry. He owns his own solar company. He's the owner. I'll give you his number so he can give you a quote, right? So now I know, now I send them to these people because I don't want them to get a quote from somebody outside of what I can control. Worst case scenario, my friends are going to give me a referral. Does that make sense? Not only that, they also tell me the kind of deal that they gave them. So I kind of control the narrative a little bit. So that's, and then I ended up closing the deal. And I knew what kind of deal they gave them, right? Straight up. Because I'm referring to the business. I say, look, this guy might want to go with your company because, you know, he sees you guys at Costco. He might want to go with your company because he wants an independent local installer, right? I don't feel right about having such a large loan. It's a great question. I love that one. That's an easy one. That's where Sonova comes in. Sonova comes in and say, oh, okay. Before I answer it, though, I would ask, is that the only thing that's holding you back, Oliver? That you don't want to have a $40,000 loan on your credit? Is that mainly the main thing that's holding you back? Okay. Fair enough. I have some good news for you, my friend. The good news is that one of the banks that we use, they don't care about your debt to income ratio and they don't affect your debt to income ratio because it's a company that used to only do leases and PPAs. They don't only do leases and PPAs now, they do loans as well. But they kept the same rules as the leases and PPAs, which don't show up on your credit. So you get this, we go with this bank, the debt won't even show up on your credit, okay? Unless you default. If you default, it will show up on your credit, okay? But you don't plan on defaulting, right? No, okay, of course not. So what we'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and run the numbers with that company. And if you like the numbers and we move forward, the debt doesn't affect your credit. As a matter of fact, a lot of investors, they call me and they already know about Sonova. They say, hey man, I want to go solar on my house, but it's got to be Sonova because I don't want the $40,000 debt on my credit. So that's what you do with the loan. That's why, Oliver, we have to have a conversation regarding some of these leads because maybe these are some of the things. Now, somebody says on recruiting, I don't have the time. I'm so glad you said that, Denise. This business is specifically designed for people that don't have time. Let me tell you why. By the way, that's one of the best objections for recruit. One of the best starters to overcoming objections with recruiting. I'm so glad you said that. This business is specifically designed for people that don't have money, for people that don't have time, for people that don't have friends, right? Then I proceed to answer it. Man, I'm so glad you said that. This business is specifically designed for people that don't have a lot of time. Because look, I've got more time than you do, but you've got context I don't have. The cool thing about this is that you simply introduce me to some of your friends and family that are homeowners or are looking for a way to make some extra money. I will present on your behalf while you're at work being busy, not having time. When we close those sales, you get paid. Let's say you refer me to a homeowner, right? And you're at work and I present while you're at work and you made $3,500, you're going to be happy, aren't you? Yes. You'll probably have more time if I make you $3,500 too, won't you? That's right. Now, what if you refer me to one of your friends who's a realtor or somebody who's looking for a career change and I introduce them, I show them the business, get them started, put them on your team, and you make between $500 and $1,000 every time they make a sale, but you still don't have the time. Does that make sense? So this business is actually specifically designed for people that don't have a lot of time, right? What are some other objections? Recruiting objections is my specialty.
Hi, JC, can I come in here?
Yes, please.
Hi. Well, firstly, I hope you guys all have a magic new year. Happy New Year to you all. I came across something because I'm still busy getting my head around the presentation, you know, and I'm pretty much there. But I came across something that I think is a nugget, and it's in terms of getting both couples to attend. And typically, if you challenge a alpha male guy and say, look, your wife has to be present, he would typically respond with, look, if you don't talk to me, you don't talk to no one, really. So a way to overcome that is to say, look, the only reason we need your wife there is because she's probably more clued up on energy usage. And we need to actually get this to a correct size. So she has to be there to help us discover what is the perfect size for your solar installation. So just bypass that objection from typically guys who pretend that they don't have to get the wife's permission. in that way, you know. But I want to ask a question as well. I've just been thinking about it. Is there any particular reason why we absolutely have to get the Powerball? Because in most cases here in Australia, people buy the biggest solar system they can get. They limited here in terms of their small technology certificates or their government rebates to a 5.5 kilowatt inverter, but they all go for 11 kilowatt solar systems. But why is everyone so focused on getting a Powerball? If you can pitch to a client, look, what we're going to do then, that's now on the closing appointment, is show you the largest system you can actually have, because that has got so many benefits in terms of actually having enough capacity for an electric vehicle down the road, for running your AC even more than you currently do, etc., etc. But if you want to get the perfect solar size system, we would need your Powerball as well. Is that possible?
Yes, I love it. I love
Okay.
it. And by the way, to your point, Hilton, I closed deals from people that didn't give me the bill. And here's the deal, you know, earlier in your career, you could be a little bit more, you might have more time. You'd be willing to take more meetings that you normally would not take when you are busier, when you are more experienced, right? So some of those appointments I won't take anymore, but I had a guy door knocking new homeowner list. Actually, not even new homeowner list. Cloverleaf. Here's a little tip on getting more bills. Cloverleafing. Find out installations that are happening in your area through somebody in Powur, right? Go and knock the neighbors' doors, especially the day of install. You have an excuse to knock on the neighbors' doors, and I say something like, you know, hey, how's it going? My name's JC. Just want to drop this off because we're actually the ones that are installing your house, your neighbor's house down the street, right here, Juan, the guy in the corner. Yeah, so we're the ones that are installing his solar. So we just want to stop by and apologize because there's going to be some noise because we're going to be installing panels for a couple of hours. And I also just want to drop off my information, right? By the way, have you guys ever considered solar, right? I knock, and you could knock a pretty long while. You could even go to, you know, the following block, but that particular block, and they don't have to be your installations. They can be somebody else's installations. Anyways, that particular guy was genuinely interested. You could tell he's not the guy that paid the bills. His wife did, right? And so long story short, he kept not being able to get me the bill, but I was able to schedule an appointment with him and his wife. I figured, shoot, instead of running around trying to chase a bill, the guy's willing to sit down with me and his wife are both willing to sit down with me. When I get there, I'll make the wife come up with the bill. Sure enough, I get there. The wife is there, she said, what do you mean you don't know where the bill is? It's right there in the counter. And she goes and grabs a bill. And we do a presentation and close the deal, right? The point is, that was on like a Wednesday evening, okay? I didn't have anything better to do on a Wednesday evening. It was either like 8 p.m. on a Wednesday evening, be at home, or be in a homeowner's home with their attention and their intention to look at a solar presentation. And I was able to close the deal. So here's another script that I want to share with you guys on recruiting. This is an aggressive approach. You can use this for tonight. Call your buddy John or whoever, whatever his name is. Do you know John? Do you know Jose? Do you know Marie or Mary? I don't care what the name is, fill in the blank. Especially, this is for red. How many of you guys know the red personality? That is the aggressive, the driven person. This is a great approach for them, and you can soften it up if they're not that. But let me give you an example. Let's say I give, Ramsey a call. Hey, Ramsey, how's it going? Small talk, blah, blah, blah. Then I say, listen, Ramsey, let me ask you something, brother. What are you doing today at 5 p.m. Pacific that's more important than learning how to make $100,000 from home in 2023?
Jeez.
What are you doing today? Okay, fair enough. Perfect. So that's 8 o'clock your time. Okay, so it's 5 p.m. Eastern. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Great. Check this out. I'm going to send you some information. There's a Zoom that I want you to get on. Okay, take a look at this information. It's about 30 to 40 minutes long. Trust me when I tell you, after we're done, you owe me lunch after this information I'm going to share with you, bro.
Deal.
Now, it all depends on my relationship with this guy, right? If it's a guy that you're not really cool with and doesn't like you or respect you, that's not going to be the best approach, okay? I'm giving you guys an example. In the recruiting mastery training, I get into like 20 different scripts. They all work. And the more you do it, the better you get a better hang of it, of who to talk to, how. Right? But hey, what are you doing today? Hey, what are you doing, John, today at 5 o'clock that's more important than learning how to send your kids to that private school? Hey, John, what are you doing today at 5 o'clock that's more important than learning how to double your income from home? Fill in the blank. Whatever their motivation is, fill in the blank, get them to watch it. Now, worst case scenario, they're giving you a hard time about getting on a live Zoom. Sit down. We're going to wrap up in 1 minute. So let's say they're giving you a hard time about getting on at 5 o'clock. Oh, I'm not sure, bro. You know, I might have dinner and it might interfere with my dinner and stuff, but whatever the case is. Fair enough, bro. Tell you what, it's about 30 minutes at 5 o'clock. If you feel like you may not be available, do you have 3 minutes throughout the day today before 5 o'clock to take a look at a 3-minute video? See, I don't stop there. I was watching an interview by Dana White. Who knows who Dana White is? Dana White, the president of the UFC. He says, you know why? They took a $2 million investment and they sold it for $4.6 billion in 20 years. That's a UFC story, right? So check this out. He says, right now, the world is soft. If you are just a savage, you could run everybody off the road in business. If you are a savage, this is an example of being a savage. I invite them with posture, with confidence. I act as if. If they're giving me a hard time about it, now I go the next plan B. Plan B is to get them to watch a 3-minute video, because that 3-minute video, solargoldrushvideo.com, solargoldrushvideo.com. It just takes you to a YouTube video. It's a 3-minute video that I designed, I paid to create from scratch, okay, to pique somebody's interest. I've had people that didn't have time to see a full presentation, but then they saw the 3-minute presentation that all of a sudden their interest was piqued enough to look at a full presentation. Does that make sense? Instead of me trying to talk for 3 minutes and pitch them and get them excited, I let the tools do the heavy lifting for me. Ramsey here referred a book that I read 10 years ago by one of my mentors, Brian Carruthers. It's called Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers. You want to learn how to build? That's one of the best network marketers in the history of network marketing. That's one of my mentors, right? It's a phenomenal book. But the tools do the heavy lifting for you. That 3-minute video, you should be using it like clockwork if you want to build a team. And one thing you'll know, by the end of 2023, you're going to see so many people in Powur making 6-figure monthly incomes. 6-figure. There's already people doing that now, but you're going to see a lot more by the end of the year. And a lot of people's sense of urgency on building a team is going to increase when they start seeing those kind of stories. I'm telling you right now, get to mentor. And one last tip I'm going to give you, get to mentor. Do your best to get to mentor. That's right. What was my focus when I started? I was knocking on doors 5-6 days a week. 5-6 days a week, I was knocking on doors, new homeowners. Okay, the training is in the academy. And I was calling and recruiting during the day. And I was visiting new homeowners in the afternoon and the evening. And I was doing it all day on a Saturday or a Sunday. All day I was visiting them. Because I knew once I get to mentor, here's the deal. Once you get to mentor, you don't need to spend money on leads, even if you're not getting mentor deals. You know why? Because instead of spending money on leads for homeowners, spend money on leads for recruits. Because you recruit a couple folks, they got to give you 3 sales each. Does that make sense? That's all I did from the beginning. I got to mentor, I said, boom, now I'm going to recruit. Now I started investing money in ads. I started making more phone calls. I started approaching more people and recruiting a bunch of people. And then guess what they needed to do? Anthony, I probably mentored like 5 deals for Anthony alone. There's a lady, Denise, she's still in the company. She gave me her son, her brother, and her son, her daughter, and her brother-in-law within a 10-day period. We closed all 3 of them. Recruiting should be the #1 answer to all of your problems in this business, especially when you're a mentor. You don't got enough leads, you don't got enough sales, go recruit some people. Teach them the basics. Fast start training in the academy. That's why the novice module, that's what sign up, pass the certification, go through the first 4 videos in the training academy. Anyways, Happy New Year's, everybody. We are going to wrap this up. I appreciate all of you guys. Okay, let's go out there and crush it. Remember, 5 o'clock Pacific time tonight, opportunity presentation. Tomorrow, 10 p.m. Next Wednesday, Bobby Smith is going to be here. So those of you guys local, you want to make sure that you get your guests and you get yourself here no matter what. Have a good day, guys. Love y'all. Bye.